than breast cancer.
I am more than gastric cancer.
I am more than Hodgkin's lymphoma stage 3.
I am more than Lynch syndrome.
I am more than metastatic male breast cancer.
I'm more than PMDD.
I am more than diabetes.
I am more than lupus.
I am more than FAP.
Welcome to More Than a Diagnosis. I'm Den.
And I'm Jess. This podcast is about so much more than cancer, chronic illness, or the labels we've been given. It's about reclaiming our lives, finding community, and thriving in ways we never thought possible.
Whether you're a patient, a caregiver, or just someone curious about what it means to live beyond a diagnosis, we're so glad you're here. Acceptance. It's one of those words that sounds so simple, yet so complex. And life just, throws you curveballs, illnesses, setbacks, or just the unexpected. It can feel nearly impossible. And I've struggled with it. I'm still currently struggling with it.
I was going to say, I think that we're both struggling with it right now, in this moment. Before even hitting record, we're like, do we really have to talk about acceptance today? Because we're both in a place where we don't really want to accept the things that are happening in our lives. And I think sometimes there's a misconception because people hear acceptance and they think that it means giving up or pretending that everything is fine. But we know that it's not like that at all.
Exactly. I feel like radical acceptance is really about noticing reality as it is, without judgment, without being so self-critical. It doesn't mean you have to like it. Let me just throw that out there.
Yes, it is so true. Because the thing that I've learned is that once we start doing that, once we start leaning into radical acceptance, even just a little bit, that it does take some of the weight off and it makes our life feel a tiny bit more manageable, even when it's hard. And the thing is I feel like right now, I'm literally talking to myself because I am in a situation where I don't want to accept where I'm at. I have had an extremely challenging summer. It has not gone any which way that I would have liked it to go. I'm having long-term health issues from immunotherapy from cancer treatments, and I'm struggling to get to the right doctor to get a diagnosis, to get proper treatment. And to be honest, I don't want to accept that. There are things about this that I am unwilling to accept. But I think I also know that deep down that I can accept that this is what it is right now. And I think that that's part of radical acceptance.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's a wrong or a right way to go about radical acceptance. I don't think that there's a certain amount of radical acceptance that we need to, meet the quota for.
Yeah.
I think any acceptance.
Yeah.
I feel like those tiny bites will slowly add up. Like
they do.
Even something like, I don't want to accept that this sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, well, this does suck.
And
just saying it, this sucks, just kind of relieves a little bit of that pressure.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
It's okay that we don't want to accept it. And I feel like that's also something we need to throw out there.
Yeah.
Is it's completely okay.
I mean, I think it boils down to that I don't want to, I get to.
Yeah. It really...
That's where that was born from.
Yeah, we don't have to like it. We didn't ask for this. We don't want this. Yet here we are.
Yep. It kind of, it is what it is. Before cancer, when life would get hard, that would be something that I would say a lot. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. But I feel like where things shifted for me, because I still very much believe that. In this situation especially, like I'm struggling with my health, I'm exhausted, I'm tired of advocating for myself, I'm tired of having to have this part-time job of self-advocacy, and it is what it is. and it ain't what it ain't. But I think I have to take it a step farther than that and say, I accept what's happening right now. I don't like it. I don't want to be in this situation. I am not giving up. I don't approve of what is happening.
100%.
But I am fully acknowledging that this is my current reality. And that, I think, is what radical acceptance boils down to. I'm not pretending like this isn't happening. I don't
You're
know
not fighting it.
Yes.
You're no longer fighting what is.
That.
You're basically... There's almost like some sense of resignation, almost. Yeah. It's like this dance, I feel, with resignation and acceptance. And, you're letting it be. You're not fighting.
Not resisting it or denying it, right?
No, it's just there.
Yeah. But those are natural coping mechanisms, to want to resist and to want to deny, because and I think that's where pre-cancer, that it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't, that was me kind of resisting and trying to pretend like it wasn't happening, even though it very much was happening.
Yeah.
And now it's more like, okay, it is what it is, but also I recognize what it is. I'm not denying what is happening to me right now.
It's true. And then, oftentimes we don't want to feel pain. We don't want to be in an uncomfortable situation.
Yep.
Because once again, it's not just how we're it's not just how we're feeling physically.
Yep.
It's the combination of the two.
It's emotionally exhausting.
It's exhausting. It's emotionally painful.
Yes.
It takes its toll on you emotionally and physically. You know? And so we don't want to feel pain. And so I feel oftentimes it's a lot easier to just avoid.
Yes.
And just sweep it under the rug and let's just pretend like...
Yes.
It's fine.
Yep. Let's just pack it in this neat little box and stuff it in the closet and just forget about it. Except it doesn't really work like that.
Unfortunately not. It doesn't.
Because it still lives there.
It does. And I feel like this goes back to how we've kind of grown up and how society just kind of has taught us that we should just get over it and it's not that bad.
Yep.
It could always be worse.
Yep.
Let's just sweep it under the rug and let's keep going because that's what we do. We keep going.
I feel like that so much right now. We were just talking about this before we started recording. Physically, I am unwell. My quality of life is crap. I don't feel good, but I also feel like in society's eyes, I'm not sick enough. And so I feel like there's this pressure to just move on. You don't have cancer anymore, so you don't have excuses. You just need to move on. You just need to go get a job. You need to push through it. You need to push yourself and get better.
Because after all, you're a miracle.
Yeah.
You're a walking miracle. So
absolutely.
Live and fulfill your purpose. Go.
Yeah. Cancer free. Here we go. But it's not that simple.
No.
And I refuse to just act like nothing is happening to me. Because it very much is. And sometimes there isn't just a moving on. There's a process that has to happen. And part of that process is recognizing and accepting what is in the moment. And then learning how to work with that instead of working against it. Because I feel like that just move on, just get over it, just push through it. It's not that bad. You're doing yourself a disservice.
Well, yeah, because then it puts a lot of pressure on you when you're unable to do that. And that feels really icky. It does, because then now you're guilty on top of all of the feelings you already felt.
Yes.
You know?
Which then adds to that emotional exhaustion, which then adds to the physical exhaustion.
Exactly. But you know what's interesting is Have you noticed, you briefly touched on it earlier, but when you finally do hit that point where you accept even just a little bit, it almost instantaneously reduces stress.
Yeah.
Like you feel, I don't know, just a little more at ease. Your body doesn't feel as wound up, as tight, as tense.
Mm-hmm. It almost feels like you're holding your breath before
yes.
that. And you don't even realize it.
Yes. You know what it kind of feels like to me is, when you're, like if you're cross-legged and your legs kind of just fall asleep. Mm-hmm. It's like that feeling, that sensation as it's starting to wake up.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Yes. Or like when you have a tight ponytail.
Yes.
And your head hurts and you finally take it out and it's like, just like a little relief. Your head still hurts.
Yeah, I know. But I feel like once you stop resisting that, then you're no longer prolonging your suffering.
Yeah.
So all of that just works together to, relax the body. It's easier said than done.
Oh, I know.
I mean, as we're sitting here, like you said earlier, we're really going to talk about this.
Right?
Both at points in our life where we don't really feel like we want to accept the reality of our situations, and that's okay. Even if by the end of this episode we get to the point where we accept this is what it is and we don't like it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Then fine.
I already am feeling that. Like, before we hit record, I'm like, I cannot believe we're going to record this episode right now.
Yeah.
Like,
it literally is what we said.
I literally cannot believe we're going to sit down and talk about this. But then I said, but I think maybe we need to.
We do.
And I really don't want to.
No, but we get to.
It's going to haunt me forever.
So this episode cannot get more real even if we try.
Right? We are in the thick of it. Like,
it really is.
We had intended on already having recorded this episode.
And then some.
Yeah, I mean, our trajectory when we finished recording the first episode was like, okay, next week we're going to sit down and we're going to record this episode, then we're going to record this episode, and then by this week that we're currently in, we had all these plans to record a whole bunch of episodes. And here we are only recording episode 2 of season 2. Because life keeps throwing curveballs at us. And we are both very much in a place where we have to accept things that aren't things that we really want to accept.
We don't. Goes back to, like in my case, going back to work after going through so much illness. It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and my body's still fighting to adjust.
Well, and it almost feels like your body, after you went back to work, was like, oh, hey, remember, we're sick.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, remember, we're chronically ill.
Yeah. Like, in case you want to try to forget, let me remind you.
Because I feel like before you started work, like, your health was in, like, a pretty decent place. I'm not going to say your health was great.
No. But it was, it felt
you were
doable.
in, like, a manageable
Absolutely.
place.
Absolutely. But now
and then you went back to work, and then you got sick.
Yeah, and it's just kind of been one
and then you got sick again.
And now migraines have made a comeback.
And then now I was going to say, literally, you've almost had, like, this huge break of these horrible migraines, and now they just start to make a comeback when you're like, hey, I'm going back to work. And now they're like, hey, remember me?
Remember how bad we can mess up your life?
No.
We're back. Like, no, please, no.
You're like, no, I did not miss you.
I really didn't need you to come back.
No.
I've got enough on my plate. But
I mean, like, how are you supposed to accept the fact that your body is revolting when you're just getting your feet back under you going back to work? How are you supposed to accept that?
Yes, and that's what I'm having a really hard time wrapping my head around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My body wants to do this, but the reality is I need to complete all these hours work. And my body's like, I don't know about that.
Yep. I think where that comes in, or what comes to play for that situation, is self-compassion.
Absolutely.
Which is...
There's that word again.
Not always the easiest thing to do.
It's not.
To give yourself grace?
No.
To be like, I've had to miss out on work because of these stupid migraines. Like, body, can't you just get it together?
I spent a few days saying that to myself. And then it just makes you feel worse. And I had to come to the realization where it's, okay, well, my body's got migraines. My head is, for whatever reason, struggling with migraines. And it's okay to be upset. It's okay to not be okay with it.
Yes. It's okay to be mad, too. It's okay to be frustrated.
Yeah.
That is totally valid. And I think we have to get to a point where we accept that those emotions are valid, even when it doesn't feel good, right? Like, it doesn't feel good to be angry and frustrated.
No, but sometimes you have to sit in it.
Yes.
In order to, I feel, let it run its course almost. Like, run through your body. Get it out of your system. Sit in it, fine. But then keep going. And then feel the next emotion. Because I feel like I'm an onion half the time. So many layers.
Yes.
Upon layers, because it's all part of it. Chronic illness brings layers of emotion.
So true. So true. And I feel like that practice of stopping, noticing, feeling, processing, and then moving on, it's so important. But let's be real, it's also exhausting. Like,
it sometimes doesn't happen in that order.
No, it doesn't. Sometimes it's like you are feeling all these like mixed up emotions and you're figuring out ways to release that, whether it's raging or crying or crashing out or whatever. And then you have to step back and be like, whoa, okay, what's going on? And then you notice what's going on and why it's going on, and you name it, and you sit in it. And then
sit in it some more.
Sit in it some more, I was going to say. And then you move on, but that's not really, doesn't really happen like that. No. I wish it happened like that.
Sit in it some more, let it marinate.
Because accepting pain and fatigue and disappointment, that's hard. Because I can only imagine for you how it must feel to be in this situation where these things keep popping up that stop you from being able to do what you want to do. For example, going to work, right? Like, you're hitting your stride at work, you're figuring things out, you're getting your feet back under you, you're loving it. And then these things pop up that are like, oh, hey, we have to actually take care of our body. So, no, you can't go to work this week. Like,
it's a hard pill to swallow.
I'm choking on it just thinking about it.
Oh, it's hard. It's so hard to swallow because then you start wondering, well, was this the right thing for me to do?
Yeah.
You know, and the doubt starts creeping up. And the questions start creeping in. And it's, it's a hard reality to accept because this isn't going anywhere. It's lifelong.
Yeah.
The side effects to the meds are lifelong because the tumor's still there. Thankfully, stable.
Yeah, love to hear it.
But it's still there. So it's still, needs to be monitored and all of that. So it's a situation that it's my life. It's my reality. And some days it's easier to accept than others. And that's okay.
I'm sure on the days that you don't have a migraine, it's much easier to accept.
A whole lot.
On the days that you're not having, it's not a med week and you're not having nausea, it's so much easier to accept.
Oh, it really is. But all these little symptoms, they kind of just, make a team and attack you all at the same time.
They're like, oh, hey, remember us?
Yeah, like, hey, girl, we missed you.
I just keep thinking about that sound that's on TikTok where it was like, we're back. Did you miss us? And I would be like, no, bitch, I did not miss you.
We did not miss you. Nope.
Not at all. Did not miss you. Not one tiny little bit. And I think that that's what's hard about being chronically ill, or I'm sure in the case of our friends who have stage 4 cancer, it's really hard because it is a life sentence.
It is.
It sounds bleak, but it just is. Like, it is what it is. And when we accept that that is what it is, I feel like we're better able to work within those parameters because we're not pretending like that's not what it is, right?
Yeah.
I feel like before I got cancer, I pushed through everything. I tried to pretend that things were fine when they weren't. I pushed myself physically when I probably should have been resting. And now that I've had cancer, now that I'm on the other side of it, now that I'm dealing with chronic illness, I don't want to go back to just pretending like everything is okay. Because it wasn't okay then, and it's still not okay now. But now I recognize the difference.
And you've come so far.
I have.
You've come so far. You really have. I feel like even right now, seeing how you're just suffering and feeling so crappy, and, you know, you're done with treatment, you didn't expect to be where you are right now. It's a hard pill to swallow. Your reality isn't what you expected it to be.
Not at all.
You know, and that's really hard to accept.
So hard.
You know, it's not, and here you are, still showing up. You're not giving up. You're still advocating for yourself, even though you are exhausted.
I am.
You're doing it, friend.
And the thing is there's so many days where I want to give up. There's so many moments where I just want to say, forget it. Nobody's going to help me. Nobody's going to believe me. Nobody can figure out what's wrong with me. Maybe I should just pretend like everything is fine. But the thought that I keep coming back to, which kind of is horrible in a way.
No. Oh, no.
But before I had cancer, I was not well physically. I was fatigued to the max. I was getting migraines. I felt just icky all the time. And I ignored it. I pushed through it. I continued to do all the things to the best that I could do them, which wasn't always the way that I wanted them to be. But I did it. And then I got cancer. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to everybody. No. Or that's what happens at all. Or I'm also not saying that that's why I got cancer. And that's a whole another conversation for another day. Will not open that can of worms today. But
yes,
it is what happened, right? Like, I ignored my health. I pushed my body. And then I got cancer. And so every time that I find myself wanting to give up, wanting to not go to the doctor for the umpteenth time, not wanting to make that phone call, not wanting to lay down and rest, not wanting to have to put something off on my to-do list until tomorrow. Every time I get to that place, I think about the fact that that's what I did before, and then I got cancer, and that didn't work out so great, because chemo sucks.
Yeah, and now you really love yourself, and you're not going back there.
That.
You love yourself.
That's it.
And you owe yourself answers.
Yes.
You owe it to yourself to get answers.
Yes. And I deserve answers. I deserve to get better. I deserve to feel better. I deserve to know what's going on with my body. I deserve to know how to care for my body in the situation that it's in. And it's not easy to accept that this is the reality of my life now. It's a really hard pill to swallow because it's changed so much in my life.
I feel like almost in a way, I guess you could say that acceptance is also a form of self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Really, in a weird way.
It is.
But
it really is. And it's not easy at all.
No, but it also comes down to forgiving yourself, because when it comes to self-compassion and being so self-critical, eventually once I stop, take that deep breath and become aware of these feelings, then something kind of wakes up.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that was mean.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I saying that to myself?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so we need to get to that point where we forgive ourselves for being that way.
Yeah.
And I feel once we forgive ourselves, that also creates more space for acceptance.
Yes.
You know, I feel
it really does.
Our emotions no longer are bigger than us. Almost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's so real. Yeah. Because those emotions, especially the ones that are labeled negative, right? Mm-hmm. Anger, frustration, guilt, like all those things, regret, all those, they feel so big and they feel so hard to feel. It's hard to feel that stuff sometimes. It doesn't feel good. But like you said at the top, like it's almost like when we start to accept where we are, it's like we can breathe again.
And it doesn't make it go away.
No.
What we're dealing with.
No. It would be nice if it did.
Like it doesn't. Like, you know.
I wish that was the answer.
It's still there.
Like, hey guys, all you gotta do is accept your reality and then everything gets better. No. No. That's not what we're saying.
No.
Doesn't work like that.
Not at all. Not even close.
I wish. I really wish. But it does not.
And I feel sometimes it's more than just a daily decision. It's like a multiple times a day decision.
Literally.
You know?
That is so real.
Moment by moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Radical acceptance doesn't mean that you have to like your reality. It just means seeing it clearly without fighting it emotionally. And that awareness alone can reduce suffering and free up energy for the things that we can influence.
Yeah, and you know, start out small. Notice that feeling. Name it. Accept it without any judgment. And, you know, over time, acceptance will become a practice.
Yeah.
Not just a one-time achievement.
Yeah. I think that's the key word, practice.
Yeah.
Right? It's practicing accepting, because we might not ever master it and we might not ever be the best at it, but we can practice it.
Yeah.
It's hard, but I know that we can do it. And I know that after this conversation, I already feel like I can breathe a little bit better. And we hope that you friends are also breathing a little better.
Thanks for joining us on More Than a Diagnosis. We hope today's conversation left you feeling seen, heard, and maybe even a little more connected.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need it.
And if you're looking for a place to connect with others who truly get it, join our support circle at morethanadiagnosis.org, where we will continue this conversation. It's free, it's welcoming, and it's built for you.
Because no one should have to navigate this alone.
Until next time,
keep living, keep growing, and remember,
you are more than a diagnosis.